I was born on a rainy August day in 1994 in Volos. The whole family was there, and everyone was excited to meet me, at least that I know of. I had honey-colored eyes and two blonde hairs all in all on my head. My mom and dad were really happy to have me. They wanted to have children, although they were recently married. I came into this world screaming. I still am to this day.
I was born on May 17th on a hot summer's night. My mum says I started kicking at 11 p.m. and around 4 a.m., after 5 hours of excruciating pain, I was born. I was born premature, so I had to be in an incubator for 3 weeks, so I didn't get to meet my mum until I was healthy enough to. During my birth, my mum almost died with a preeclampsia, so I decided to make life even harder for her. She says that for the first 6 months, I used to sleep throughout the day and wake up in the evening, kicking and crying and being hungry. I guess that still stands to this day.
Virginia was already in labor at the hospital when my father arrived. I think it was 9 hours in total before I was in her arms. My father was the one to cut my umbilical cord and give me the same weird belly button he has. But there were plenty of ways he refused to make me in his image. His father's family has retained a tradition of HSH initials, which was reproduced in the act of naming my sister, and ended in the act of naming me. I was a signifier for termination in many ways. My parents' failing marriage that could never end in divorce, not over the Pope's dead body, at least, was the catalyst for my conception. My mom had picked up the phone at home only to answer to yet another mistress for the last time, when she decided she wanted me. It's not that she would do anything to salvage their marriage. She knew that their love had been troubled from the start. But if she was to enjoy the rest of her life in martyrdom, she wanted to do so with another child. And that's what she got.
I was born on Mother's Day in 1994. I was a morning birth and a Sunday child. My mother gave birth to me at the Red Cross hospital to make sure my dad would be allowed to be present. I was a wished-for child, the third of 4.
As my mother tells me almost every year on my birthday, on 8th July, I was born in 1988 early morning. My mother was giving birth at the hospital in Ljubljana. It was a beautiful early morning, she tells me. The rising sun was shining through the hospital window. It was the most beautiful day of her life, the day of the birth of her first child. The birth was fast and easy, my mom told me. She is a small but incredibly fit and strong woman who has been living healthy and doing sports for all her life. The story of my birth was told to me in a way as if it was just me and my mother in that room. I guess that's how she experienced it, us looking at each other for the first time and the morning sun rays being born with me simultaneously. I also know from the narrative of my mother that she didn't know how to breastfeed. It just didn't work. So she gave me her pinky finger and I was sucking on it. Then her mother and aunt came. Her aunt, who was a nurse or maybe even a midwife, I don't recall, showed her how to breastfeed. She was like a strict teacher, as my mom recalls. As if she was taking no care in handling this delicate creature, she took me, explaining, "You have to take the child, hold it, press it to your breast," to show her that she should not be afraid of handling her baby. My mom, who had no experience with babies, was probably afraid of breaking me. I was small, weighing 3 kilograms, as I was born almost a month too early, but I was healthy and fully developed, they told me. My mom told me that I was probably born too early because she went to the cinema the night before to watch a comedy, I forgot which one, and she was laughing so much that she eventually went into labor. My mother is an expert in finding light, the sun, the happiness of the smell of a thick forest after rain, or a view of the mountains in difficult times.